So I'm set in the 2025 Volkswagen Terramont Pro, and this is the special edition made for the Chinese market. It is on the same platform as the Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport you could see in the North American market. This car has a few different things. So first of all, it has the Chinese styled huge infotainment screen that is buttery smooth, and this screen is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8155. It's a very highly graded chip for a car like this. It does have voice assistant powered by large language models. Everything is really smooth. Map. It still has the older style, or not so fan favorite styled capacitive touch steering wheel, but like I said, in the driving portion, this part all on the door handle is all physical buttons. Let's take a look at some of the key features for this car. So first of all, this is where everything comes in. This is a 5th generation EA888 engine, and this 5th generation EA888 engine has about 270-ish horsepower, has 400 newton meters of torque. Everything you are seeing here is added aftermarket by this dealership. Nice roof rails, and this also include a aftermarket tow hitch. As you can see, the Volkswagen Terramont Pro being the same platform but newer as the regular Terramont, it is a 3-row SUV with the third row being half folded. You do have buttons here that could easily control these to fold them up and down. It's one touch, electronically powered. In the back, you have a big spare tire that is not a full size, it's a compact. You have a subwoofer that is part of the 15 speaker Harman Kardon surround sound system. Everything else space wise is about the same as the Terramont, regular Terramont. And just a quick reminder, when I say Terramont, it's the same vehicle as the Atlas that's currently being sold for the 2025 model year. Now, hopping in the back real quick. This one does have tri-zone automatic climate control with 2 USB-Cs in the back. Seat heating on the back is also equipped with these nice suede Alcantara sports oriented style seats, and the suede comes along on the door as well. You have manual sun visors or peasant blockers. Harman Kardon speaker badge is here, one touch window. There are no seat pocket in the back of any of these seats. Now, this TV is also a special add-on made by the dealership. This interior, being the top trim, of course has suede all around, like I've said many times. I won't get into details about the different specs, such as seat ventilation or tri-screen setup, or the car is beeping at me because it's still powered on, and of course the key is over there, still the same style as usual, wireless charging, all these features and active safety features. I won't get into too much details about it because it will vary quite a lot based on the market. Like if you order this in China, of course you're gonna have a lot of active safety features as standard, but for the North American market or the European market, it might be a different story. And talking about the European market, they do have the Volkswagen Tayron that is also available in China, and I'll get a chance to review that some different day. Seating in the back is quite spacious of a cabin, both in the back and in the front. You can see from here that passenger third screen that I wasn't able to see actually on the driver's side. Yeah, that's pretty much a quick interior and exterior and driving portion of this vehicle. This is the new 2025 / coming into 2026 model year, and I'd like to see how this car will be priced when and if it comes to the States, knowing that the 2026 model year Tiguan is actually gonna be the Tayron Pro in the Chinese market. I am expecting this Tayron Pro to be coming into the US market or the North America market to replace the current Atlas. But as of filming now in July 2025, there is no news on the Tayron X, as you can see over there, the black one over there next to the Tayron Pro. There's no news on the newer generation of that coming, because this one is the third row, although you could fold them down and use it as a large two-row 5-seat SUV. But there's no news on how that one's Pro version is coming in. And of course, the Pro version here gives you the ID style gear selector, big screen, or the tri-screen setup when you option it, and as well as the rotary knob in the front. One thing I forgot to mention is the cup holders in the back. They're still Volkswagen style, well, the Chinese Volkswagen style. I'm not quite sure if the Atlas from other markets have this style, but it's quite interesting. It's a very spacious cabin sitting in the back here as well, and everything's leather, everything is suede. It's very luxury experience. So now we have the 2025, the Chinese variant of the Tayron Pro. This one has the 5th generation EA888 engine that outputs 272 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. So this is the latest Volkswagen engine that will then be put into the Audi A5 and will soon be imported into the US market. One of the biggest difference that this Chinese variant has is this very smart infotainment system, and this being the top trim, it has 2 additional DJI cameras on the top for the IQ Pilot from Volkswagen, which is very nice. You also see this in the Volkswagen ID4, ID6 from Psych Motor, as well as Ichi Volkswagen here in China. And yeah, one of the things that's still missing on the steering wheel is it does not have paddle shifters. For the Chinese variant, we have the 7-speed DCT dual clutch transmission instead of the 8-speed automatic torque converter. And this has the ID Buzz and ID4 gear selector. So this one does have launch control. To engage that left foot is hard on the brake. You want to make sure you pin the throttle with the right foot. It says launch control is activate, and you go. So right off the bat, it has a very punchy torque feeling, but then this car is quite limited to this 7-speed dual clutch transmission because it does not have paddle shifters. So that was in sport mode with ESC in sport. In order to do that, you do have to put left foot all the way on the brake. That is also a Tayron X that's unique to the Chinese market. And I'm hoping that this chassis comes to the US market that will replace the Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport. Now one thing that's quite interesting is the steering wheel is not in the center for some reason. This being the Chinese variant, it also has a big infotainment system. This is to be expected in the newer generations. You can change lots of settings on this. It's very smooth. It's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8155 chip that's also seen in a lot of other Chinese car makers. You are hearing a lot of wind noise because this one has the aftermarket roof rails as well as a tow hitch in the back. Up in the center console, you have the same as the Tayron Pro or the Tiguan from the North American market. The dial, the rotary dial, you press down, you can change what that does. Electronically powered parking brake, engine start stop, and all these things from the AC and everything is controlled by the touchscreen. So now another thing of this Chinese made Tayron Pro is that it has these 2 DJI cameras, and that brings the feature of the Volkswagen IQ Pilot that's powered by these amazing cameras. And this one is the top trim, and this feature is also available in the Passat Pro as well as the Tiguan L Pro, I think. One of the things is that if you flick on the gear selector, it will make the lane change for you. It is not a hands-free system, so it will prompt you to put your hands back on the steering wheel once every 30 seconds or so. But this one in the price range is quite nice to see in a non-electric, actually a not hybrid at all engine-powered car. I know that this probably won't be a feature once this car gets into the North American market, but it's good to see that there's a possibility to be integrated into the newer Volkswagen platform. You see that it's also prompting me to go to the left lane as it sees that the car in front is going kind of slow. It will automatically control the distance just like regular ACC, adaptive cruise control. It will bring the vehicle to a complete stop. Again, I wasn't touching the brake at all. You can see everything on the instrument cluster as well as on the head-up display. And I do apologize for the windscreen that you're hearing, the wind noise you're hearing. That is not the car, that is from the aftermarket added roof rails. Yeah, it's quite interesting of a system. As you can see that we just went through the intersection, there were no lane markings on the road, so the camera was prompting me to put my hands on the steering wheel in case there are any cars on the left or on the right. Also, of course, just like any other Volkswagen system, you could adjust the following distance if you want to follow closer, if you want to go further back. It's all on this capacitive touch system. You also have heated steering wheel on the right. That is quite nice to see. Your headlamp control is on the side. The door mirrors are still regular traditional door mirrors. This is something I would prefer rather than the Audi Q5L or the regular Q5 that you see that has all the touch screens, all the touch capacitive buttons on the side. And let me know what you guys think. I think that this car is definitely a very nice competitor to a lot of other 3-row SUVs, but it has been heavily modified for the Chinese market. And I do hope that this car comes to the US market, and I hope that it brings all these amazing technology with it as well. One thing I forgot to mention is that it does have a optional third screen on the passenger that I can all see from the driver's side, and hopefully we'll get to see that in the stationary review. And unlike before, the auto hold feature is no longer on near the gear selector. The gear selector is just like the other Volkswagen ID series, where it's up here. You twist forward to drive, you twist back to reverse. Same Mercedes style where you press in to go to park, and everything is controlled by this nice amazing touchscreen. You have ambient lighting all around. I believe the top trim gives you the Harman Kardon sound system. This Harman Kardon speaker system has 15 speakers, I think. I believe it includes headrest speakers, I'm not too sure. Ambient lighting is great, like I said. Park assist, of course, we'll get a chance to try the park assist once we get back to the dealership. Everything else feels just like a Volkswagen Atlas or the Chinese variant, the Terramont. Now, I did have a 2023 Terramont X. That was the 2.5 liter turbo VR6 engine, and this one puts almost the same horsepower as that one, but this 2 liter turbo, the 5th gen EA888 engine from Volkswagen, is lacking a little bit on the torque. It's around 200. It's around 400 Newton meters of torque compared to the 500. But everything you could see on here, the overspeed warning, as well as your adaptive cruise control, your distance setting. You also have active steering assist, so it's kind of like the autonomous emergency steering you see in other cars. Blind spot monitoring is side assist that's enabled as the blind spot monitoring that's on the mirror. Let me know what you guys think. Should this car come to the US market? That's pretty much it, guys, of this 2026 Volkswagen Terramont Pro, soon be the Atlas, in the North American market. Let me know what you think, and let me know what other cars you want to see while I'm here. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like it and subscribe to this video if you want to see it more.